Welcome to the explainer. You hear AI and machine learning thrown around all the time, right? Well, today we're going to cut through all that noise and get right down to the fundamentals.
Let's just dive right in with a simple, kind of mind-blowing fact. You're already a huge user of AI. Seriously, you use it every single day, and you probably don't even think about it.
I mean, just think about it. If you use any of these Google products, and let's be honest, who doesn't, you're interacting with AI and machine learning constantly. That moment Google Maps tells you there's traffic ahead, that's AI. And when YouTube somehow knows exactly what video you want to watch next, yep, that's ML at work. It's this incredible tech humming away in the background that makes everything feel so seamless and, just smart. Okay, so to really get a handle on what's going on behind the curtain, we've broken this down into 4 main parts. We'll kick things off with the big one. What do these buzzwords actually mean? All right, first things first, let's get our definitions straight. You hear AI and machine learning used like they're the same thing all the time, but they're not. They're super closely related for sure, but there's a really important difference. So, artificial intelligence, or AI, that's the big picture. It's this huge, overarching field of technology. The whole goal is to build machines that can basically mimic human intelligence. Things like reasoning, learning, seeing, solving tricky problems. It's not just one thing, it's a whole collection of different technologies all working towards that goal. Now, machine learning, or ML, is a subset of AI. It's one specific but really powerful piece of that puzzle. Its superpower, if you will, is that it learns directly from data. You don't have to explicitly program it with a bunch of if-then rules. Instead, you feed it tons of data, and it figures out the patterns on its own to make predictions. And the crazy part? The more data it gets, the smarter it becomes. So how do these two actually fit together? Well, there is a really simple way to think about it that makes it all click. Okay, picture a giant umbrella. That umbrella is artificial intelligence. Underneath it, you've got a bunch of different things, and one of those is machine learning. It sits right alongside other cool stuff like robotics, deep learning, and natural language processing. So here's the key takeaway. All machine learning is AI, but not all AI is machine learning. Simple as that. All right, let's move on. Now we're going to see how this technology totally changes the game, shifting us from just looking at what's already happened to actually predicting what's going to happen. And this slide, wow, it just lays it out perfectly. Think about traditional business intelligence, stuff like your monthly sales reports. It's all backward-looking, right? It's asking what happened last month. But machine learning, it's completely forward-looking. It takes all that same historical data and asks, okay, based on this, what's going to happen next month? It's a total shift in perspective. Let's make this real. Meet Maya. She's an airline manager. Her regular reports tell her about past trends, sure, but what if she wants to predict future customer satisfaction? Well, for that, an ML model needs way more to chew on than a simple report. We're talking about everything from the weather and flight duration to customer complaints and even how fast her team resolves those complaints. All those little data points are clues for the model. So, okay, you've got all this data. What can machine learning actually do with it for a business? Well, turns out it's really good at tackling 4 common and usually very difficult problems. Let's call these ML's 4 superpowers. First up, it can replace those old, super complex, clunky rule-based systems that are a nightmare to maintain. Second, it can automate mind-numbing processes on a massive scale. Third, and this is a big one, it can understand unstructured data. We're talking images, audio, text from emails, all the messy stuff. And finally, number 4, it can deliver truly personalized experiences just for you. And this isn't just theory. Let's look at a real-world example of that automation superpower. There's this property developer in Thailand, Ananda Development. They used to do their property inspections the old-fashioned way, with paper checklists. You can imagine how slow and full of errors that was. So they built an app that used speech to text. Now inspectors can just walk around, say what they see, and boom, it's all logged automatically. The results? They were pretty dramatic, and they happened fast. Get this, in just the first 3 months, they saved 130 hours of inspection time. Just let that sink in. That's more than 3 full-time work weeks of tedious, manual effort that just vanished. All thanks to a smarter process. And of course, that time saved meant real money. We're talking over $100,000 in manpower costs saved in that same short period. It's just a perfect example of how ML-powered automation can have a huge, immediate impact. But here's the thing, none of these amazing superpowers just happen. They need a really solid foundation to work, and that's where two absolutely critical things come in: high-quality data and responsible principles. You just can't have powerful AI without them.
And this is maybe the most important point of all. An ML model is only as good as the data you train it on. That data is literally the only way it sees the world. So if your data is flawed or biased or incomplete, guess what? Your results are going to be flawed, biased, and incomplete. Garbage in, garbage out, right? So to make sure your data is actually good enough, you have to put it through its paces. You've got to ask some tough questions across these 6 key areas. Is all the information actually there, or are there gapes? Is it accurate? Is it consistent? And super important, is it timely? I mean, you don't want to be training a model on data from 5 years ago. Every single one of these checks is crucial if you want to build a model you can actually rely on. And it goes beyond just the data itself. How we build this stuff matters a lot. It's not enough for AI to be powerful, it has to be responsible, too. That means we have to be guided by core principles. We need to make sure this tech is safe, that it's fair, that it's accountable to people, and that at the end of the day, it's actually making things better for society.
Which really brings us to the big final question, doesn't it? The potential for AI seems almost limitless. As this technology just keeps getting more and more powerful, what's our role, our responsibility really, in making sure it helps everyone? Because the tech is just a tool. It's how we decide to build it and how we decide to use it. That's what's really going to shape our future.